So, Jana Burčeska, the contestant, the participant of the 2017 Eurovision from Macedonia, welcome to Hromadske, and thank you very much for finding the time to talk to us.
Oh, thank you for your time and interest.
So, Jana, the first and obvious question, you've made the headlines by the surprise proposal from your now fiancé, Alexander, which was made on live television. Millions of viewers saw that. How did you feel?
Oh my God. First thing that came to my mind was, thank God I'm not standing. Thank God I'm seated so I don't fall. And then the host came to us. He was like, how do you feel after the performance? You announced such big news like the baby. Is the father here? Yes, he's sitting next to me. And then all of a sudden he was on his knees. And I think my eyes shut down, and I couldn't hear. He was saying something, but I only assumed that he was saying, will you marry me? I was speechless. All I wanted is to hug him and kiss him and tell him I really love him, and that's the proof of eternal love.
Exactly, exactly. So now that you're officially engaged, what are your next plans, next steps?
Well, like I said, in all the excitement in the green room, everyone is invited to our wedding. We even had this crazy idea of making a wedding at the finals today, but that was just very, very wild daydreaming. Yeah, so next step would be a wedding when we get back home with the closest friends and relatives, and then start thinking where to put the baby bed.
Can we talk a little bit about the competition itself?
Of course.
How you, unfortunately, you did not make it to the finals. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
But
I'm fine.
what are your impressions from the competition overall?
It was by far the best experience I've ever had in my life. I learned so much. I personally grew a lot, which is the biggest thing that can happen to a person long term. I met so many wonderful people, some of the artists, some just parts of some delegations. We got really close with Malta. We hung out a lot with Montenegro. So those are all contacts that are in my network now and that can help me further on in my career. Also, the live performance was such an amazing experience. I have overcome myself by actually succeeding in dancing and singing at the same time. So I think I've done a lot for myself. Also for my country, because now everyone is talking about Macedonia. Everyone loves the song. It doesn't matter if it qualified or not. Dance Alone is a hit, and it's going to remain a hit for quite some time, I guess, I think. So that's it. I think I've been a pretty decent ambassador of my own country.
Jana, tell us about Ukraine. This is your first time in the country.
True.
What are your impressions?
Okay, considering the fact that we had a lot of agenda, very tight schedule these days, I didn't get to see much of Kiev, but some general impressions I can share with you. The people are really nice and helpful. The food is amazing.
What did you have?
I've had so much food, like trout stuffed with spinach. I had the vareniki, my all-time favorite Ukrainian dish. Vareniki with cherries. I eat them every day.
When you were coming here, this is the country at war. There is war going some 600 kilometers from where we sit right now. Did you have any concerns about safety, security?
Not really, because I knew that the organizers of Eurovision and the European Broadcasting Union will make sure that everyone is safe. And 600 kilometers is pretty far. Although I was concerned in general for what's going on in Ukraine. I just didn't think it would really affect us.
If we can talk about the technical parts of the organization, how well was the competition organized? We talked about the show, but you as a participant, how did you feel?
Impeccable organization, timing, perfect timing. There was procedure for everything. I really liked that as a contestant, I had the chance to contribute to how the final, the final show will look like by giving my suggestions in the viewing room. For those who don't know what the viewing room is, it's where you go after your rehearsal to review how actually your song and performance looked on stage. The sound engineers and both the people in charge of staging were very helpful and listened to us very carefully, very open to communication and accepting our suggestions. So let's say straight A.
When you go back to Macedonia, and when you meet your friends, your colleagues, they'll be asking you, so how was Ukraine? What will you say to them?
Definitely suggest them to go and see for themselves. They're gonna enjoy it. I will tell them to leave all the stereotypes on the side, like throw them away, and experience Ukraine the way it is supposed to be experienced.